Welcome guys back to the channel. This video is going to be a little bit different than the others. I've been told that I should start this Mazda, which by the way is ours. We bought it to sell it, so we're going to get it fixed properly, the engine, it will have no issues, and then we're going to sell it. But let me switch the camera and show you and tell you why it's going to be a little bit different video than the others. We have been here disassembling another Mazda 6, which we bought as well for ourselves, particularly for the engine. We need the engine from it. However, the engine is quite fucked. Then mentioned that it has very likely snapped timing chain on the bottom, so the oil pump chain, and it also has a rod knock. This is the engine we wanted to put into the CX5, where the owner didn't tighten the bolt to the correct procedure, or sorry, not to the procedure but to the torque spec. So we need to sort out very likely another engine, or we need to rebuild an engine which we have here. We need to find out, and in the meanwhile Dan is doing the car from Scotland. We fitted the engine back, we fitted a new turbo. You may have seen that in previous videos, and we have problem with it. So Dan is now currently removing the engine again from the car with the turbo as well. And just for you to see, or for us to show you, we bought another 3 turbos from the same company. They are all refurbished, but we are a little bit concerned. We don't know if we can trust them, because basically what they said is that whistling sound is or can be because of the DPF back pressure. So basically they say the DPF may have damaged the turbo as it overheated. I mean, it makes sense, or it would make sense in case if the car was driven, but we just started the car up and it was doing the same whistling sound from the beginning. I also included in the previous video a clip where we checked the shaft of the turbo and it was oscillating, so it had a play in there. Yeah, so I'm going to include clips, then removing the engine, then disassembling the car, and also how I get on with this CX5. It looks dirty at the moment, but let me tell you like a bit more what we want or what we planned to do with it. Basically, Dan already changed the rod bearings because it had oil pressure problems. We checked it. The strainer was cut open, and yet it was blocked. Then fitted a new strainer, changed the rod bearings. I checked with diagnostic tool, the scan tool. The oil pressure is perfect, fine. Now we're going to go ahead and get the rest of it done. Obviously, going to get the carbon cleaning done, remove the valve cover, check the camshaft. If needs, going to replace it. After that, it will have a new timing chain. Everything else will be checked, fixed if it has any other problem, and it will be sold with warranty included from us, and not 3 months, not 6 months, not a year. It will be 2 years warranty included on this car, on engine obviously. There will be like a tiny dot, like a text with the dots, or I don't know how to say it. So exclusions or like terms and conditions. The terms will be, it has to come back to us every 5,000 miles for an oil change, for us to make sure the car is in good working condition, the engine is working properly as it should. No oil changes are missed or skipped, because we believe most of the problems happen to these engines because lack of maintenance, or the owners don't know how to maintain them, or we've seen that even the garages, they say they done the job and they didn't. So that's why we can only honor our warranty if those criteria are met, and it is done by us. So I'm going to include clips of this car, on that car, how Ben is getting on with that one, and then how Dan is getting on with the car from Scotland. Also, we have another participant of a video. This is our car as well, going to fix it and sell it. And now let me tell you what is wrong with it. So basically, we bought it off from a dealership. They say it needs a new engine. They think it needs a new engine. and let me show you why they think that, and then let me tell you what we think is wrong with the car. So let me ask Dan to help me and assist me showing you what's wrong with the car. So Dan just jumped into the car and now he's going to demonstrate. He's already doing it. Go ahead. So the car is smoking at low and medium revs. It has that knock, and the dealership thought it's the rod knock, but what we think is that is the injectors, and what is wrong with it, basically the injectors cannot carry out, or the ECU cannot carry out the pilot learning for the injectors, and that's what is wrong with the car. We already have a brand new OEM Mazda injectors for this car, which were expensive, trust me. So I'm going to swap the injectors and try and see if the sound or noise is gone or it's still present. Also, I've tried to do the injector relearn with a scan tool. You have to do it when the engine is, or the coolant temperature is between 70 and 80 degrees. So basically the engine has to be up to the operating temperatures. Then you either use a proper scan tool, which Dan has. My one cannot do it, but Dan's can do it. So you do it with a scan tool, or basically you just jump two pins here in the fuse box underneath there. I'm not gonna show you that in this video, but we've tried that. Basically the glow plug light was just flashing and didn't carry out the procedure, the relearn procedure. So now I'm going to remove the injectors real quick, fit the other ones, coat them in, start the engine and see if the noise is there or will be there or not. And if it is not there, I'm going to get the pilot learning done and obviously show you the results of it and if the car will be running properly or not. Yeah, so this is like an ongoing. We haven't fixed it. We don't know exactly what's wrong with it. So it is like new for us as well. It has a 1.5 Skyactiv diesel engine. Yeah, so stay tuned if you want to see the results and if the injector replacement fixed the issue or not. So this video is not going to be too technical. I just want to show you like what we noticed. So basically someone has already been here trying to do something with the injectors because the fuel lights are marked. You see the markings on it. And also I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera or on the video, but this injector looks different, or this one looks different than the rest. So maybe that one was changed, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to change all four. Here is the part number if someone would ever need it. Funny thing, it's made in Hungary, which is my home country, or Dan's home country and Ben's home country as well. So yeah, I'm gonna remove them and then tighten them to the correct specs. Let's have a look at Dan, what he's doing. He's trying to remove something with the DPF. Ah, okay. I know what he's doing. He doesn't want to remove the engine from the car. He's trying to swap the turbo when the engine is in situ. And Ben is dismantling the red Mazda further because we want to keep the engine. It is fogged, but we want to keep it. Maybe we're gonna rebuild it and then probably we'll sell the rest of the parts. So if you need any parts, let me know in the comment section or get in touch through Facebook. We may have the part you will need. So guys, injectors are replaced. The old ones, new ones are back in. Dan's gonna rev the car. No diesel knock, no smoking, and the injectors aren't even coded. I'm gonna go and do the coding, do the pilot learning, and it should be ready to be sold. However, before we're going to take off the valve cover, check that if it will be full of oil sludge, that's gonna be taken care of, so it's gonna be cleaned. Also, this one doesn't have the variable valve timing, so the exhaust camshaft cannot wear, and at the same time we're going to get the carbon cleaning done on the car and she can go up for sale. In the meanwhile, Dan removed the turbo. He's going to take it back tomorrow for inspection, and we are curious what the guys gonna say or tell us why it has that whining sound. And also Ben is quite there with the engine removal, and I'm nowhere with removing the valve cover and the intake manifold on that one because I was fixing up the Mazda 2. So finally, with help of Dan, the valve cover is off and the intake manifold is off. First, if you have a look at the carbon buildup, it's not even that bad. We think that has been done before because you can even see the valves or the valve stems. Like, you cannot shine a light properly there for you to see. Now you can see. So it's not that bad. Let's have a look at the top, the cylinder head. 3 injectors were blowing out quite big time. The first and the last and the third injector as well. So we had difficulties removing 3 of the injectors. But what we can see here, that the oil changes were done on time. It looks goldish, brownish, nice color. So we won't have too much trouble with cleaning. But as you can see, the camshaft is worn, and also the car had faults for the vacuum pump. So basically that will be replaced, the vacuum pump will be replaced, cylinder head cleaned, timing chain is gonna be replaced, carbon cleaning going to be carried out, and it can go up for sale. And Ben is further dismantling the car because he enjoys it that much. So guys, this was it in this video. I don't know if you liked it, if you would like to see more of these kind of videos when we don't tackle basically one single car and talk about it, but we include more like a day in the life of the garage or the workshop, what's been done, what's going to be done. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comment section if you liked this type of videos, and see you soon in the very next video. Until then, take care and bye bye.